Hi, how are you? Thanks for
Hi.
having us. One of the coolest things to finally work with Ken, someone I've been aware of and been admiring from afar, very far. But
How dare you? I mean, for me, definitely started with, like Knocked Up, Pineapple Express, Hangover, and then leading to projects so wonderfully nuanced by like Phil Lord and Christopher Miller and Anthony King of.
I started out at a time when we were told Asians aren't funny. I was told that. That's why we can't cast you in comedies because you come from a culture that is humorless. Like there was that belief around, and I'm sure young people today would struggle to even comprehend that things like that were said. But
I'm starting a MySpace page for my ska band.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Just seems very in trend, It's very in trend.
The Office. Something I liked about that character was his naked desperation, and something I disliked about that character was his kind of ambient creepiness.
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Speak Easy. My guests today are so talented. They're extremely entertaining. They've been doing diverse roles in whatever way they can. I'm sure that you're extremely fond of them. I'm talking about, of course, Ken Jeong and John Cho. Hello, welcome to the show.
hi, how are you? Thanks
Hi.
for having us.
This is for both of you, Ken and John. This is the first movie this is the first series they're kind of together in, right? So I want to know how that felt because both of you are such pivotal people. You've played such important roles in sort of taking the representation ahead for Asians. And I feel like it's so exciting. Both of you have done diverse roles. You all have obviously, I'm sure, at some point been tried to typecast into something, but you'll always try something different. So the question is common for the both of you.
I got to say it was one of the coolest things to finally work with Ken. Someone I've been aware of and been admiring from afar, very far. But
How dare you?
but I'll also speak in a general sense of we had this Asian American family at the center of the show, and it was really kind of cool to have. I think many of us have spent, I can speak for myself, a career being sort of the only Asian actor on set, and so when you have a collection of us like we did on this one. There's a different feeling. A shared experience that we're having, and it definitely made this project special.
Yeah, I echo his sentiments. I mean, John is honestly, I've been wanting to work with John all my career, and he's truly, just he's the best. And to me, he has just paved the way for me and so many people in our community. But what makes it more special for me, we're working actor to actor. The chemistry that we have together, just on and off camera, that to me is something that is just so precious and priceless to me. That to me is getting where we John is one of the highlights of my career. And now, because I said that, I hope I can finally have his cell phone number.
It's 555
I obviously want to say,
That's what he said. And I kept calling that number, and it kept going, just kept like going out. I kept calling that number, John.
okay, first of all, almost more than 15 years of Hangover. Huge. Look at where we've come, right? And you did the craziest things. And of course, I would quickly take this opportunity to also say that Harold Kumar, John at that time I felt like it was ahead of its time with what they did with comedy. You kind of think about it right now, they were just cool characters and they were not trying to make them feel like very Asian. Of course, there were stereotypes. A little on the two of the one that I said from both of your side, and of course, how far we've come to truly making sure that characters remain not stereotypical.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, what I like about, in terms of, I can only speak for myself, in terms of the journey of comedy, of my own personal journey, it's there's been like, just like in society, there's just been an evolution of things, and I think it's culminated. I mean, for me, it definitely started with, like Knocked Up, Pineapple Express, Hangover, and then leading to projects so wonderfully nuanced by like Phil Lord and Christopher Miller and Anthony King of the Afterparty. Like they're brilliant comedic minds, brilliant actors, and then with this murder mystery tapestry that's going on. I don't know. To me, it's all part of the, I think, growth as an artist, and also in the medium that we're in. It's just thrilling and surreal to be a part of all this. And can I have your cell phone number, please?
222.
Okay, great.
2222.
Okay, great. I mean, in terms of the journey from Harold and Kumar to the Afterparty, it's been Harold and Kumar for me, just one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites, and the journey has been really interesting. Primarily, the landscape has changed because it was so unusual, and it's not so unusual anymore, and it's becoming more normalized. But I started out at a time when people, we were told, Asians aren't funny. I was told that. That's why we can't cast you in comedies, because you come from a culture that is humorless. Like there was that belief around, and I'm sure young people today would struggle to even comprehend that things like that were said, but that was the time we were living in, and thanks to ridiculous people like this, it has people don't, that notion's gone challenged, but it's just like I said, this like I was saying earlier, having a bunch of Asian Americans also on set, and to lock arms with them and to share this very special experience was another level of pleasure.
Cool. Thank you so much. That's all. And all the very best. Lovely talking to you, and lots of love from India.
Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rudrani, and welcome to Speak Easy. My guest today is known for his amazing comedic skills. He's been a part of shows that have produced and given us such amazing comedic characters. I'm, of course, talking about the very talented and star of Afterparty Season 2, Zach Woods. Welcome to the show, Zach.
Thank you. Thank you for having me and saying such nice things.
It's so interesting that you've played so many of these characters now that a lot of people have loved. Some, of course, have not been liked and hated. But that's the fun of it. But have you, you've made diverse choices, but have you ever been tried to be typecasted when something's worked for you? And how did you break that? Because sometimes it really happens to actors a lot.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, more and more I've been writing stuff and doing more directing, and which that in those instances, if you happen to appear in your own thing, then you can sort of deviate from the established type. But I don't know. For me, I don't fret too much about that, about typecasting. It's more just if I think something is funny or not, or if I think something's interesting or big-hearted or not, that will be the sort of determining factor of whether or not I do it. And then how it relates to my larger body of work feels less significant, because I don't think anyone is really keeping track that much. Like, I mean, anyone who is tracking my trajectory from character to character is obviously on board enough to keep tabs on me, and everyone else I think is probably like, who? Yeah.
No, I'm sure people who know that.
Yeah, I don't know.
We know. I mean, come on. Because you said that, I'm going to now go ahead and say some names that you've been a part of. But all you have to do is tell me the characters that you've played in the show. You'll have to give me a reason, a quality that you didn't like about them, and a quality that you really did about the characters. That I did not like, and then something that I did like. Yeah, one that you liked and one you didn't. So I'm going to tell you the show names.
Great.
And you'll have to go ahead. Okay, we'll make it quick. All right, of course, my personal favorite, Silicon Valley.
Something I liked about the character was his selflessness. Something I disliked about him was his facial bone structure.
Good one. Okay. before I go to the rest, let me say Afterparty season 2.
Afterparty season 2. Something I liked about him was his compassion for lizards. Something I disliked about him was, again, that facial bone structure had some of the same liabilities as Silicon Valley.
The Veep.
The Veep, yes. That one. Something I liked about that character was his acid tongue, and something I disliked about him was really needed a hair mask, brittle hair, thirsty hair. And the only good thing about that dry hair is it drew attention from the facial bone structure.
Okay. The iconic The Office.
The Office. Something I liked about that character was his naked desperation, and something I disliked about that character was his kind of ambient creepiness.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. You know, of course, the time that you had so many co-stars here.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. You have like an amazing amount of people here. Tell me who you personally were really psyched about being a part of the project and why.
Well, we didn't have really any scenes together, but I was so excited to work with Tiffany, who I think is a genius. But as you said, it's the I'm quoting you when you say it's the Parliament Funkadelic of genre-based murder mysteries from a range of different character perspectives. And so it was the embarrassment of riches in terms of casting. Everyone was so good. I love Sam Richardson, Anna Konkol, everyone. John Cho, oh my God, what a fucking heartthrob. I guess maybe I'm not supposed to curse, but what can I do when we're talking about John Cho? Dreamboat.
But it was lovely talking to you, Zach, and I really think people do follow you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Even without having a social media presence.
Oh, wow. You know.
And not having too many controversies too. See, you're doing good.
Thank you. Well, let's talk to me at the end of the day. I hope I'll be controversy-free by then, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you.
Maybe now you'll be on social media, who knows? You never know. Will that ever happen?
I'm starting a MySpace page for my ska band.
Okay. On that note. Just seems very in trend, MySpace. Correct. It's just very in trend. But thank you. Thank you. This is lovely. And lovely chatting with you, Zach. Lots of love from India.
Thank you. You too.